Accountex, it's day one, towards the end of day one, and I'm thrilled to have with me today from Ignition, Hugh Walker. Hello, Hugh.
Oh, Rob, what a day.
What a day. We're doing great. We've done a few interviews. I'm sure you've had a million conversations as well.
I mean, I'm kind of losing my voice, but I'm kind of loving it anyway.
You've got a big stand here. People are around. You've got your team here. Even at the end of day one, they're all still here, keeping the energy levels high.
Those that haven't snuck out to the pub already.
How do you measure return on something like this, or whether it's been a success for you?
I think it's some of it's quite easy to measure, right? The number of people you speak to, the number of people you scan, demos booked, people who sign up off the back of it. But then I think there's a harder bit to nail down, which is just that kind of the brand awareness and being involved in the conversations and being seen, and just getting amongst it, right?
Yeah.
And being able to have these kind of conversations, let alone, and this again. How do you put an ROI on something like this?
No, absolutely right. And if you weren't here, you'd be missed, wouldn't you?
There's nowhere I'd rather be today.
And presumably, it's not just people that don't know about Ignition that are coming here. Your existing customers are coming here. They want to talk to you.
Yeah, it's great. The amount of customers that have come up, excited by the rebrand, excited to see us again, being able to have those conversations face to face around how they're going. Obviously, my side of the business is more after they sign up. So as much as I want to help new customers come in and find out about what we do, it's so nice to have people who already work with us come up and be like, okay, cool, how can I help you today? What are you currently working on? What do you want to do with your account? While you've got me face to face, let's nail it.
Yeah, definitely. And in terms of the competition, some of your competition are in this room here today.
Yep.
How does Ignition stack up against those? Why is it good being in your shoes, Hugh?
I think because no one does everything that we do. There's people who do different parts, there's different elements, but there's no one who's the full end-to-end client engagement e-commerce with the engagement letter, the proposal, the invoicing, the workflow deployment, and obviously the payment and collection and the billing piecing being the biggest piece. Linking it all together is amazing.
And you've got a big UK presence now, you've been building that, but you're international, aren't you? Tell us some of the regions in which you're active with Ignition.
Everywhere, just about. We've got team members in Australia, New Zealand, all over Australia and New Zealand. When we landed here in the UK, we had sort of 3 or 4 people in London for the longest time. We've got 16 now.
Wow.
And that's around the UK. George is down from Manchester. We've got Mary, who's in Ireland. People all dotted around the country, as well as a team down in South Africa, who work with the South African market. But in the region, I suppose, we're very much sort of just sharing the whole region, because it's nice for South Africans to work with the UK team and vice versa.
North America opening up, Hugh?
Yeah, North America is going absolute gangbusters. Canada, West Coast, East Coast, US, all over.
What words of advice would you give to accountants out there that they're not coping well? They perhaps wouldn't admit it, but there's a lot of overwhelm, a lot of anxiety, a lot of overload. Do you sense that when you're talking to them?
The amount of customers I've been talking to recently who've all said essentially issues with capacity, feeling overworked, and at the same time haven't reviewed pricing in years, and the market prices are changing, inflation's going up. I think the biggest advice is almost look at your client base, look at your pricing. Can you increase your prices? And if you can increase your prices, are there clients who aren't working well with you, who you don't need if you can make the same amount? If you can make the same amount with less clients, less capacity, and you can give better level of service to those clients who you want to work with.
In the next few years, what skills, attributes do you feel accountants will need to remain competitive and relevant for their clients?
It's an interesting question. Since I've 10 years in the industry just about for me now, and ever since I first joined, everyone was talking about advisory is coming, and we're still saying advisory is coming, and here we are talking about compliance. I think it's going to happen at some point. When it happens, I couldn't say, but I think one of the things we've learned over the last couple of years is the flexibility is so key, and being able to utilize the new tools and take advantage of these tools that have allowed people to work through a pandemic from home without offices, to connect to clients remotely. Being able to take that now as the world opens up and really run with it is a huge opportunity, I think.
And you're a commercial partner of ours at the Accounting Influencers podcast, and we appreciate you doing that.
Had a great chat before. I loved it.
We do. We've done another interview before this. And when you look at the message that Ignition is putting out there in the marketplace, how is that resonating, chiming with the accountants you're talking to?
I think almost more than ever, it's important to make sure you're getting paid for the work you're doing. And that's really what we're here to help you with. Get your engagements in and get paid as a result, and take away the admin that goes with it.
Because it used to be, we're an onboarding tool, we're a pricing tool, we're a proposal tool, all of this. But it sounds like that narrative has changed now.
I think we're still all of that, but getting paid is such an, like, how do you run a business if you're not getting paid reliably, right? It underpins everything you do. And linking it all together is so valuable. But I think the conversation I've had a lot today has been around, if you're getting paid automatically based on the work you're doing, when you're trying to talk to a client, they're not seeing, oh, Rob's calling me, I don't want to talk to him, he's going to ask for money. It's, oh, Rob's calling me, I know I don't need to talk to him about money, so he's calling me to help me. Yeah. And it changes the whole nature of that client relationship to being like, so now my client wants to hear from me because they know if I'm talking to them, it's because I want to help them, I want to work with them on their accounts. And that's invaluable.
And I know partnerships are an important channel for you, Hugh. You've got a lot of strategic alliances.
Yes.
Talking to them, I guess, at an event like this is important for you.
Amazing, yeah. Just to be able to, it's one thing to sort of to build these alliances and have these communications and build these relationships, email, Zoom, to be able to sit down and just be like, hey, let's go catch up and have a chat, get some lunch, or we're hosting drinks tonight, come have a beer with me and we can talk more. Yeah. It's just there's nothing better for relationship building than face-to-face.
Yeah. Same again tomorrow?
Looking forward to it. I really can't wait.
Will you be doing the after party as well? Have you got enough energy in you to go for a few drinks later?
I mean, I'll definitely be there for a few drinks. I've got Brocker in the bag if need be, but, I think I'm experienced enough at this point to know when to toe the line.
Sure. And what have you told your staff, particularly some of them for whom this is their first Accountex and they don't quite know what they're coming into?
I mean, first thing first, obviously making sure they know what they're talking about. Right. How to demo the software, how to talk to the customers. But more than that, it feels like such a blessing to be here again. To just kind of enjoy it. We've made sure we've had enough staff here that each of the team can go and walk around the halls and check out some talks and see who's around and actually have conversations and not just be pinned to a desk giving demos all day. It's an occasion for the team as well, right? Yeah. We want them to get out there and enjoy it and make the most of it.
And what excites you most, finally, Hugh, about what's coming up over the next few years?
It's almost like, for Ignition, it's more of the same but bigger and faster and better.
Global domination.
Global domination. And for the industry, I think more of the same. It's something that's blown my mind today is there's so many vendors here that I didn't know before, that I've not met, that have sprung up through the pandemic, and all these people who have all of these ideas and have used this time to spin something off. And that's hugely exciting because any one of them could be the next big thing and help lift this industry even further.
Well, Hugh Walker from Ignition, that's been great talking to you today.
Right.
Thanks for your time.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much.